Well, Karl Rove just saying moments ago, if Donald Trump wants to win this election, he needs to stay on message. This, as dozens of Republicans are asking the RNC to cut off funding for Donald Trump's campaign. Trump supporter and GOP Senator from Alabama, Jeff Sessions, joined me now. Senator, thanks for joining me. I'm sure you had a chance to listen to Karl Rove. Pretty tough love there, if you will. What do you make of this idea that we've heard this over and over again? All Donald Trump has to do is stay on message, and yet he doesn't do it.
Well, I got to say, I don't think that letter amounts to a hill of beans. Reince Priebus and Donald Trump are working hand in hand to raise money to benefit the entire Republican ticket. That money is being shared in an effective, right way. So I agree with Karl in the sense that there's nothing much to that story.
But doesn't it tick you off, the idea that Donald Trump is out there raising money for down ballot candidates and that you've got so many Republicans saying, hey, let's kick him to the curb?
Well, I think you make a good point. I mean, he is working in partnership with the Republican National Committee in a very good and productive way, in my opinion. And I think Reince Priebus is doing a good job, and there's a good relationship there. And I do think the issues need to be talked about. You mentioned earlier about the economic message. Just a couple of days ago, the numbers came out, and wages in America dropped again 1.1% in the second quarter. I mean, wages are falling. We're down from $58,000 median income to $54,000 median income since 2000. Middle-class Americans are suffering. These open borders where we bring in more workers than we have jobs for, these trade deals that are not protecting American manufacturing with their good wages are hammering this country, and Donald Trump gets it. He's clear about it. His speech was great, really, and I think it did received tremendously positive reviews.
The speech was great. There's no doubt about it. The speech was great. But I guess the question is why didn't he piggyback off of that for the rest of the week, carry him through the rest of the week?
Well, he's talked about it a lot, but one or two comments, one or two issues that pop up do give sometimes the media an opportunity to spin a new message, and I think he would do well to try to continue to drive that message that American people are right. This country is not serving them, and we need new leadership.
Senator Sessions, I want to take a listen to another piece of advice that Karl Rove had and then get your opinion on it.
And he ought to keep his focus on the main target. He will not win this race by devoting, more than 1% of his available time left to responding to a letter from 70 people. He needs to spend each one of those very precious 88 days left going after the principal targets in this race.
Senator Sessions, you can't get any more time. We all know that. The clock is ticking, and the numbers, by the way, the polls aren't looking that great right now. What do you make of what Karl Rove said? Just that tunnel vision from here on out.
Well, you ought never to discount what Karl Rove said. I've been listening to his advice since college days when he was a leading young Republican. But so Karl has a lot of experience and insight. Let me just say that Donald Trump has had everything, including the kitchen sink, thrown at him. And he's still standing in key battleground states. He's neck and neck with Clinton. And I think as his message continues to roll out and the American people realize they have a chance to change the direction from this failed status quo to a growth agenda that can make their lives better, he's going to move forward in the polls. And he's leading in states that we haven't carried in 12 years. You can't win this race without doing well in Ohio and Pennsylvania and some of these other states, and he's doing very well there. Was leading in a poll recently in Iowa.
Yeah, I saw that poll.
So this is strong.
I saw that poll.
I mean, even though it's been a rough, rocky week of 10 days here.
Well, Senator Sessions, it's still August. There's a long way to go. I appreciate your time. Hope we get you back real soon.
Thank you, Charles.
Thanks a lot. Well,